Hello everyone, welcome to the Arena Sports Partnership YouTube channel. This is week 2 for Key Stage 1, and this week we're going to be doing some basketball. For this, you need a basketball or a ball that bounces and 3 markers. Okay, your markers could be anything. I've got cones, but you might want to use some socks or some tin cans. It really can be anything. To start with, we're going to do a warm-up. Okay, so you're going to need to put your things down. You're going to do the same warm-up as last week. So last week we did the 20-10-10 challenge, and the 20-10-10 challenge works like this. You're going to jog on the spot for 20 seconds. After that, jumping jacks for 10 seconds, and then after jumping jacks you do 10 toe touches and jumps. So you touch your toes, jump up, and do that 10 times. Once you've done that, you do it 2 times through to get yourselves nicely warmed up. Now, to start with, our first game is just going to use one of the basketballs. Now, one of the things we're going to work on today is our key points. We're going to use our fingers, not our palms, to bounce the ball. And we're going to look to try and keep the ball up at waist height. Now, to start with, all I want you to do is the first bronze challenge is you're just going to drop the ball, let it bounce, and catch it. If you can do that, you're going to drop the ball, let it bounce, and catch it, but instead of catching and holding it, you're going to push it straight back down. So you're going to try and push it down with 2 hands, using your fingers, bouncing the ball. If you think you've got that, your gold level challenge is you're going to bounce the ball, but instead of catching it in 2 hands, you're going to push it back down with 1. So you're going to go bounce it, and if you can push down with the other hand. Even better is if you manage to look up as you're doing it, and you can even change hands, but that would be very, very hard to do. And that's game 1. Now game 2 is going to involve your 3 cones. We're going to place them down in a triangle shape. And this is going to get us starting to move around. So you start on one part of your triangle. You're going to try and turn and face one of the other corners, and you're going to look to try and bounce the ball with your 2 hands all the way to the cone. Make sure both feet go next to the cone, stop, and go again. So you bounce through, and stop, turn and face your next corner, and bounce through to stop. If you can do it, you're going to start trying to bounce the ball with 1 hand till you get to a corner, pick it up, bounce with 1 hand to a corner, pick it up, bounce with 1 hand to a corner, and pick it up. And that's game 2. Now game 3 is our final game today. I've set out my 3 cones again, all pointing out in one direction, and about 2 or 3 steps between each one. This is going to be a weave in and out of the cones, trying to keep your bounce going. Now if you can't keep your bounce going yet, and you still want to do your 2 hand to 2 hand bounce, you can. I'll take you through all the different methods you can do. So the first one, you start at the first cone, you bounce through, catching it each time, and go all the way through. So I'm bouncing and catching as I go all the way through. If I can do that though, I'm going to start trying to use 1 hand. And I'm going to move 1 hand and try and bounce the ball in between the cones. If I can do that, I can speed up, and I can even start looking away from where the ball is. And when you finish, you stop. So that, guys, is our week 2 basketball key stage 1 lesson. Hope you have lots of fun doing it, and we'll see you next week for lesson 3. Take care.